आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
So let's begin with the question. The question is limit x tending to 0 plus 1 upon x root x into a tan inverse root x upon a minus b tan inverse root x upon b. So if we put the value of x equals to 0 in this equation, then we get limit x tending to 0 plus this becomes a into tan inverse 0 is 0 minus b into tan inverse 0 is 0 divided by, if we put x root x equals to 0, so this becomes 0. So we finally obtain 0 by 0. Now this is not defined format. So to calculate the value of this equation, we have to use L'Hopital, because 0 by 0 can only be evaluated with help of L'Hopital. So L'Hopital says that if f of x upon g of x for any value of x tending to c is actually equals to 0, then we can find the value of limit by differentiating the numerator and denominator respectively. So this becomes equals to this. So finally, when we differentiate the numerator part, that is a into tan inverse root x upon a minus b into tan inverse root x upon b, so this equation becomes a into 1 upon 1 plus root x upon a square into differentiation of root x by a is 1 upon 2 root x into 1 upon a. Similarly, we differentiate b tan inverse root x by b, so this becomes b into 1 upon 1 plus root x upon b square into 1 upon 2 root x into 1 upon b. So this becomes our differentiation of numerator part, and for differentiation of denominator part, differentiation of 3 by 2 x to the power 3 by 2 is 3 by 2 into x to the power 1 by 2, right? So this is the value of this expression after applying L'Hopital. Now this becomes equals to limit x tending to 0 plus, and if we take 1 upon 2 root x as common term, so this equation becomes 1 upon 1 plus root x upon a square minus 1 upon 1 plus root x upon b square, and divided by, this is 3 by 2 root x, right? So this 2 cancels this 2, and now finally we obtain the value of this expression as limit x tending to 0 plus, this becomes 1 upon 3x into 1 upon 1 plus root x upon a square minus 1 upon 1 plus root x upon b square. So when we solve this equation becomes limit x tending to 0 plus, this is 1 upon 3x into a square upon a square plus x minus b square upon b square plus x. Finally, we have to put the value of x equals to 0 in this equation. So when we put x equals to 0, this again becomes a square upon a square, so this becomes 1 minus b square upon b square. This also becomes 1 minus 1 is 0, and 1 upon 3 into 0, so this also becomes 0 by 0. Again we have to apply L'Hopital here. So when we apply L'Hopital here, this becomes limit x tending to 0, and this is the numerator part, a square upon a square plus x. So after differentiating this, we obtain a square upon a square plus x whole square, because differentiation of 1 upon x is x square minus 1 upon x square, and the value of this becomes b square upon, this becomes b square plus x whole square, right? And in the denominator part we have 3x, so differentiation of 3x is equals to 3. So when we put the value of x equals to 0 in this equation, then we obtain limit x tending to 0 plus, this is a minus a square upon a square plus 0, a square plus 0 whole square, similarly plus b square upon b square plus 0 whole square divided by 3. So this equation finally becomes minus a square upon a4 plus b square upon b to the power 4 whole into 1 by 3. So the value of this equation is obtained as 1 upon 3 into 1 upon b square minus 1 upon a square. So this equation finally becomes a square minus b square upon 3 times a square into b square, that is equals to limit of x tending to 0 and the function. So this answer is a square minus b square upon 3 a square b square.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट, IIT JEE मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।